In this bulletin, 352 new cases of COVID-19 recorded. Police on high alert at the Lambasa hospital, and police increase surveillance. Good afternoon. Fiji has recorded 352 new cases of COVID-19 and 3 deaths for that 24-hour period that ended at 8 a.m. yesterday. The first COVID-19 death is a 54-year-old man from Naikurukuru in Lami. The man was declared dead on arrival by the attending medical officer at the Colonial War Memorial Hospital Emergency Department. Permanent Secretary for Health, Dr. James Fong, says the man's family reported he had been unwell for at least a week with fever, headache and generalized weakness and was not vaccinated. The second COVID-19 death is of a 62-year-old woman from Davui Levono who died at home. She was also not vaccinated. The PS says the third COVID-19 death yesterday was of a 60-year-old woman from Vatuanga, Suva. The woman was not vaccinated. There have been 2 more deaths that have been classified as non-COVID by doctors as they had pre-existing medical conditions. Fiji has recorded a total of 33 deaths due to COVID-19, with 31 of these deaths during the current outbreak that started in April. Police have set up a checkpoint at the Lambasa hospital as they monitor and restrict movement into the premises. FBC News understands one of the 2 positive cases at the Malau quarantine facility was brought to the hospital on Saturday night. The checkpoint was set up yesterday and police made announcements that only accident and emergency cases as well as maternity cases would be seen at the hospital. The patient is currently under MOH surveillance. She is one of 19 Fijians who traveled from the Central Division under the repatriation program last Monday and was in quarantine at the FFI facility in Malau outside Lambasa. Another group of 27 Fijians who came from the Western Division are in quarantine at the Lambasa College Girls Dormitory. A 37-year-old man who is alleged to have been involved in the death of a 22-year-old at Prince Charles Park has been remanded. Iseta Manikalo appeared at the Nandi Magistrates Court yesterday, charged with 1 count of murder. It is alleged that Tamani Kalo murdered Ratu Mara Batina on Wednesday night. Police found the group drinking alcohol when they responded to a report of a fight in progress at Prince Charles Park. The victim from Nakolia Nawaka was found lying unconscious with visible injuries. The police prosecutor had objected to bail as tension brewed from the victim's family. Tamanikalo was also informed by the magistrate that for safety reasons, more police officers will escort him back to the cell. The case will be called in the Lautoka High Court. The Fiji police is beefing up its operations and surveillance to protect the majority of Fijians from those who continue to make foolish decisions resulting in the spread of COVID-19. Acting Commissioner of Police Rusiate Tundravu says tougher measures will be implemented and people can expect more arrest. He adds the force is becoming more stringent and upping the ante on the enforcement of failure to comply with orders about health restrictions and curfew orders. Police are out in numbers in public spaces to ensure people are wearing masks. Businesses follow the safety protocols, clamping down social gatherings, and public service vehicle operators are adhering to the 50% capacity guidelines. Tundravu adds officers from the Police Special Response Unit have been deployed to assist with enforcement, and those found breaching restrictions will be taken into custody. The Acting Commissioner of Police is urging those who are against the current effort to reconsider their stance and understand that cooperation in adhering to the health measures is key to saving lives and moving forward. The Turangani Koro of Somosomo village on Ngau Island in the Lomaiviti group is putting the hard yards in disseminating COVID-19 information and the ongoing vaccination program to villagers. Speaking to FPC News, Tomasin Ravi Kula says they are not letting their guard down and the villagers are strictly adhering to COVID-19 safety protocols. to prevent the virus from entering their community. Dravikula adds they are expecting a team of health officials this Friday for the vaccination awareness program and says villagers are willing to receive the jab.
I have been informing the villagers about the importance of receiving the COVID-19 vaccine. I'm closely liaising with the Matintikina Provincial Office and health officials about the vaccination programs, as it is an effective tool in reducing the spread of the virus.
Fear and anxiety due to COVID-19 has prompted a good number of Fijians resort to counseling services. Empower Pacific has seen a notable increase in the challenges brought about by the pandemic, with 2,570 being counseled in the first 6 months of this year. Mental health specialist Prem Singh says they've been providing psychosocial support to Fijians who are in chaos right now and dealing with hardships.
Through our mental health and psychosocial support services, we have been catering to the wider community, in regards to providing them with counselling support, also social work-related support as well.
And to our latest COVID-19 update. "352 new cases of COVID-19 were reported for the period ending at 8 a.m. yesterday. Fiji has recorded 6,443 cases since April of this year, with a total of 6,513 cases since the first case was reported in March last year. There are now 5,178 active cases in isolation, with 1,287 recoveries in total. The COVID-19 death toll now stands at 33. Up ahead, Fijiana Sevens ready for challenge. Welcome back. Being pooled with the Rio Olympics bronze medalist Canada will be a challenge the Fijiana Sevens team is willing to take on.
For us in our pool, we have Canada, who is the bronze medalist for the last Olympic, and we got France and Brazil. We are looking forward biggest challenge, but we are ready to play with them during the pool game in Olympic.
The Fijiana Sevens is pooled with Canada, France and Brazil. Fiji Mbati and New South Wales prop Daniel Saifiti will not feature in the final State of Origin clash against Queensland next Wednesday. Italy has been one of the most impressive outfits in the Euro 2020 and will try and continue their victorious stride into their semi-final clash against Spain tomorrow. Onto the weather, cloudy periods with brief showers over the southeastern parts and interior of the larger islands, Vitilevu, Vanuatu, Tavioni and Kandavu. Partly cloudy conditions with brief showers over the eastern division, mainly fine weather expected elsewhere. That's FBC News Now. Join us for our 1-hour major bulletin at 7 p.m. And be sure to download the FBC app to access the latest in news, sports and live radio broadcasts from any of our 6 FBC radio stations. Stay safe and good afternoon.